and I will take care of all your sleep needs and scheduling.
Hi, I'm Christopher. I'm a patient care coordinator, and I'm here to go the extra mile and make sure you get exceptional customer service.
Hi, my name is Liz. Bienvenidos a nuestra clínica. Estamos aquí para ofrecerte ayuda si tienes problemas para dormir. Si tienes problemas de sobrepeso, si sufres de ansiedad o si no puedes dormir y porque roncas mucho, estamos aquí esperándote que nos llames. Tenemos oficinas en Maryland y Virginia. Gracias, te esperamos.
My name is Mohsen. I take care of all the DME equipment needs. Even after the follow-up, I make sure that all the patients been taken care of at the best level.
They really care about their patients. Very responsive. Anytime I've had any question or issue, either the staff or the doctor says, "I'll get back to me quickly." It's been great working with them.
I would say out of a scale 1 to 10, he's a 20. And the nurses and the staff are beautiful people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Moby with Lifestyle TV, and today we have great guest, Bruce Batman film actor, director with us, and we're gonna ask Corey about his journey. He's gonna be joining shortly, so let's watch his clip from the movie and see what we have.
Kill her. Sorry. Then kill her. Sorry.
Shit. I swear I didn't have this time to end it all.
Hey, look at that. You can't even kill yourself right. No cigar for this loser. Next time, don't be such a pussy. Just pull the trigger.
Oh, you're bad. I thought I got rid of you.
You can't get rid of me. I am you.
There goes another year of sobriety wasted.
Oops. Oh well. I hated those meetings anyway. But hey, I need a fucking drink. So let's go.
You know, you're too good for me. I'm not worth it.
I concur.
Why are you even here?
Shits and giggles. So where are we going?
I don't know. I didn't plan on being alive right now.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Hey, look at you.
No, not really the best option.
Oh, you want to hit the library or bingo night?
Okay, we have our guest with us, Corey. We welcome you. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good, good. I was showing audience a clip from your movie, and it's great work. Wow, amazing.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Okay, so tell me about yourself. Tell my audience about yourself.
Sure. So I'm a man, an American man who lives in Philadelphia. Lives in the Philadelphia area. I've made my name for myself, sort of in the independent pro wrestling game for, I don't know, probably since 2002. So been like 18, 19 years, something like that. I've been making my name for myself in the wrestling game. Probably about 10 of those years have been spent doing stand-up comedy, doing sketch comedy. I've been doing podcasts. I have a wrestling podcast that I host with my friends called Wrestle Rock. We do that. We've been doing that for, I think we're on our fifth year of that. My friends. And currently, I host my own podcast called Evolving with Corey Castle. I've been doing that since 2017, and I'm an actor. You just pop Corey Castle into IMDb, and you'll be able to go through and see all the stuff that I've done.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating, just to see you wear so many hats. And so tell me which one you started first. I know you have started a lot of things. So tell me, how did you end up with what you're doing right now?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I started, this is a real weird thing, because I discovered pro wrestling when I was a kid. So I was 12 years old when I discovered pro wrestling, and I was a huge fan. And that was at the time where for wrestling fans, they'll know it. It's called the Attitude Era. So that means that's when the NWO was going on, and that was when when Hulk Hogan was a bad guy, and that was when it first started. And then that was when Stone Cold Steve Austin was starting to rise up. And around that time, I decided I want to be a pro wrestler. So I found a pro wrestling school that I started going to in 1998 when I was 14 years old. And I just was like, well, I just got to get good at this. And that's the point of anything for me is always, I got to get good at it. Not like I go let me set unrealistic goals. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be 14 years old. I'm going to be the first WWF superstar at 14 years old. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to just keep getting good at this, keep getting good at this. And I don't care how long it takes, as long as I'm really good at the end of the day. So I can say that about my comedy. I can say that about my podcast. I can say that about everything and how it's an evolving process.
Well, and that is, I think, beauty about all this is that, you evolve and because you don't have anything but passion, to evolve and learn and kind of grow what you're doing. And I see that, you have started, of course, with one, but it blossomed into a lot of things. And it's still, working very well for you. So tell me about your comedy. You say you do stand-up comedy?
Yeah. Same thing with that as when I said, I just want to make sure I'm good at it. My goal is to get great at it. So I don't have too much as far as stuff that's available to watch because I don't really feel good enough to have the world see it, So I want to get really good before I start showing it to people. I guess when I was a kid and I wanted to be a wrestler, my thing I wanted to do first was I wanted to be a comedian. I looked up to so many comedians. I loved stand-up comedy, always a fan of stand-up comedy. And I just focused so much on the wrestler thing that I put the comedian thing to the back seat because I didn't know that was the thing I didn't know I could do both things. I thought I could do one thing or the other thing, but I can do multiple things.
Yeah.
So that's why I started doing comedy. In 2008 probably is when I started.
2008. So tell me who you said you were inspired by so many comedians. Who was your sum of inspiration?
Mitch Hedberg, Brian Regan, Pablo Francisco, Dane Cook, Mike Birbiglia, Daniel Tosh, Pete Holmes. There's tons of them, tons of comedians. I can rattle off bits like John Mulaney bits. I'm such a comedy nerd. You'll look at me and go oh, this guy's just a dumb wrestler. But I'm no, I'm a dumb comedian.
Dumb. Okay, so tell me, which one was your first performance, or any of your scripts you remember?
Of the first time I ever did stand up, or was the first?
Yeah, stand up, or any you want to share with us?
Oh, sure, man. Can I say bad words, or is it? Should I edit myself?
Limited.
Okay. I'm gonna.
You can say shut the front door.
I'm totally fine with censoring. I came up doing family shows. My pro wrestling shows. Most of the shows I do over the years have been family friendly. So my first joke, I can remember the first joke I did on stage was I said, older people think that they have better manners than me only because they're older than me. They just look at me and judge me from the picture that they see and don't really take the time to realize that I also have manners. I was coming out of this convenience store and this woman held the door open for me. And as I was turning to say thank you, she went, "You're welcome," and was a real jerk about it. And I was in my head, I was like, you can't do that. You can't say, I have to prompt you by saying something, by doing or saying something first. So I turned to her, and as serious as I could be, I went, "Gesundheit." what do you mean I didn't sneeze? I'm like, well, I didn't effing say thank you. And that was the first big laugh I got. And then I was like, all right, I'm good at this. And then it took me like a humbling. You know what I mean? I had to like go, wow, I'm good. And then go, wow, I'm not so good. Like I had to go and bomb. You have to get those bombs in to like realize that you're not as good as your hype is telling you that you are, to just kind of bring you down to reality and be leveled on that.
And what kind of crowd now? So you just kind of go and do stand up sometimes, or just?
Well, I mean, my last stuff I did was the global pandemic is kind of affecting everything, so I'm not doing it as much as I was. But at Christmas time, from November 24th to December 24th, I was hosting a amazing Christmas village in Bensalem, PA, at an outdoor stage where it's like I would do stand-up comedy, and then I'd introduce like a musical act or like a dance crew or the Mummers or there was other like different talents, people getting out there and doing Christmas music and singing and dancing to Christmas songs and just do some jokes in between and then come back off and go back on. And I was doing that like Saturdays and Sundays all through December.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, considering with the COVID and, a lot of artists are actually at home. So that's pretty good.
I got a secret.
What?
I got paid for it.
It
was my first stand-up comedy paid. Not my first. I got paid $100 like probably 10 years ago to host like a bachelor party thing. But like I had my best friend came with me and I had him do a set and I gave him half the money.
But, as a gift or just?
No, he performed, so he deserved it. He worked for it. I was splitting the payday. I gotta spread it around and keep it even.
Hey man, you are generous. You share your wealth. A lot of people don't want to share anything.
Well, I mean, I recognize that for a lot of the things that I have, I wouldn't have them if I didn't have the people who've got my back. So when it comes to my family and my friends, and even like new people that I meet, if they've got